Welcome back to Pres K. I'm the Business Pres, and we've got the daily trend. Let's jump in, analyze the market after a couple of things. We got a bit of a juicy drop there. Makes things interesting. Hey, it's quite a juicy drop. This is what we call a bullish engulfing candle, and as you can see, we jumped down nearly 18%. But what can you see at the bottom? Get rid of that. It's a big wick. Big wick on moving average support on the 50 moving average. We break out of this pattern here. Now the first thing we can see is we made higher highs. But on the RSI, let's just get rid of this. On the RSI, we made lower highs. We made a bit of a divergence. And we could see this coming for a while. This peak started up here, and we've just been slowly trending down. And you see here, we kind of picked up on the 50. We got supported. We made kind of a W pattern, and we didn't really follow through. There wasn't a lot of volume either. And yeah, as you can see, we rolled over. We rolled over onto that support box I had up there before. And yeah, these things happen in crypto. They happen a lot. So yeah, these are just things that we've got to be prepared for in our trading plan, in our trading strategy, whatever that may be. Like I'm not here to make buy or sell calls. I'm just here to analyze the daily trend and figure out where the direction is. So let's have a look at what might happen. As you can see, we've got this green line at the bottom that signifies support. The black line signifies the middle. The orange line signifies targets, and red line signifies serious resistance. So over in Ethereum, we were in our targets before rolling over. Okay, Bitcoin, we didn't quite get there, but we had the bearish divergence, and that's kind of playing out now. Now there is a couple of weeks here, and there is moving average support, but we did break this kind of low. So we do need to keep an eye on things. We did close out a candle that was making a new low. So we just have to see where things go from here. There's a bit too many lines on the study of the trend at the moment in terms of patterns. We're looking at this in terms of momentum, and that's what we can see. We've got moving average coming down to the 50 area. And it's coming down onto support. So we've got three things that can happen. There's always three things that can happen. It can go up, it can go down, or it can go sideways. And what we're analyzing here on the daily trend is the probability of which of those three things is going to play out. So we have a look at the momentum. What is it telling us? And then we study the trend, and we study price action on support and resistance. These are the major support and resistance areas. So I'm not really worried about what happens here. If you watched the video yesterday, I kind of give more of a detailed explanation on how it can roll over. But yeah, that's what we have at the moment. And to determine better where we will end up, I just want to come to the naked chart for a moment. Okay. We can see there's some key levels. We kind of got pretty high after this last run. We didn't really see a big pullback. This is the big pullback. Now where can we come? You know, we kind of wicked down all the way down here. Like we kind of cleared this area. You know, we touched it for support. You know, maybe it'll come back there before it W's out and keeps going, you know. Maybe it'll come down here, find support, start trending back up. We just have to see what the next few candles is going to tell us, you know. But there's a lot of sell volume there. There's a lot of volume there. It's red because it's a red candle, you know. People would have been buying the breakouts, but then there's not enough there. People started shorting, and then all the stop losses got clicked in, and we just rolled over. There was a mini one of them yesterday, so this move was pretty big. It's pretty big. But yeah, that's crypto. So to see what happens next, we've got our moving average, and I want to bring that up first because it's probably the most important. Here's the 50 moving average, and look where we are right now. We are on the 50 moving average. You know, so I expect us to find support here. I expect us to bottom out. Now we look at the other two indicators to tell us whether that's going to be confirmed. Okay, and we're studying the RSI from the middle, from the 50. So we've got to see now what this little bar here does, whether it bottoms out, flips it, and continues on its merry way, or whether we straight up just come back, retest, and bear out from here. Either's possible. We've got to be prepared for both. So that's what can happen. And the confirmation of the momentum is the MACD. As you can see, I've had a couple of sell signals so far. It's crashed through there. And it's re-crashed here. And it looks like it's coming back to the middle to see where it wants to go, either up or down. So after a big move like this, we obviously don't want to be buying into the targets. We don't want to be buying into targets, buying into resistance. You know, so a flash out like this is normal when we come literally into the middle of the zone. So if we're going to clear these here, we can see where the 50 is, the 50 moving average. Let's make that a bit better color, a bit more. You can see where that is. It's right in the middle there. See the RSI is right in the middle there. Literally just flipping this whole move. So I expect this to be a level that Bitcoin will hold and the market will hold and continue forward. Study a lot of Bitcoin because when Bitcoin drops, everything drops. Doesn't matter what you are. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's probably coming. So, you know, like if you're a hodler, we're not really worried too much about this. You know, if we haven't been in yet, now's a great time to get in, especially in something like XRP. This might be your last chance to get into something like XRP. Just saying, cannot stress that enough. This is one of the most important coins that we could possibly be analyzing. So we've had a couple of sell signals. We're literally coming back to the neutral zone. All right. We were bearish for so long. We had this big impulse, and finally we're correcting down to some kind of support levels. So yeah, it would have scared a lot of people. It flushed out a lot of traders. You know, moves are volatile like this because people play with leverage. So if you don't know what you're doing, just be smart. Don't play with leverage. You know, analyze these indicators. We know what a bottom looks like. We know what a top looks like. Okay, let's not buy tops. Let's either buy the 50, which is a pullback continuation, and I believe that's what's going to happen next, you know. So we've come from the depths, we've broken out, and we're pulled back to support before we continue out again. And on the price, that's pretty much exactly what's happened. We've come in, we've made this bull flag, yeah, we've broken out, kind of not really, and then we go on. All right. We'll be watching the daily trend to see what happens, to see whether this actually plays out. In the probabilities is of up, down, and sideways, we've probably got a lot of sideways coming up. You know, or this pullback could ignite a launch forward. Or what I was kind of getting at yesterday is if we fail to make a higher high from here, that's when we're in some real danger. you know, and obviously if we break on at this level, you know, because this whole move up is one move up, you know, so we can pull our fib out, we can do that, okay, make this a bit easier to read, get rid of the unimportant levels, okay, we can pull back to this area, okay, which is the previous top down here before we got all this, and then we literally just been flipping this area this whole time. And where's that? That's the 50 and the 618, you know, right in here, right in this grey zone, you know, where I wasn't sure if it'll hold because it's a big gap in the level back here, you know, watching, are we going to hold support here, Nah, we just straight through it, and we finally flipped it. We mucked around here for a little bit and we finally flipped it. So I would say that we bottom out some kind of support here and continue on and see the continuation of the bull market. That's pretty much it for analysing the daily trend. I'm going to leave it there. But if you are interested in how manipulation works and how the markets really work, then stay tuned, because this is going to be a bit interesting. This might not really sink in a little bit, but this is how the big whales play the game. This is how the money flow works, and this is how we get our volatility. So I want to come and I want to bring you over to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, where they run their repo market. And as you can see here, they put $1 trillion into the market. Okay, the repo market is overnight repos. The Fed sitting on their cash, they're going to lend it out to 77 different people overnight. Here you go, play with my money. I want it back tomorrow plus 1%. Okay, Fed's just lending. Okay, now sharks, smart people, much smarter traders than me, they get out there, they go play around with some leverage. They see where they can make some money in the markets, and they do it for a day and they give it back. Okay, now why haven't we seen these kind of big dips before? Well, we actually have. Get rid of that for a sec. We actually have. Okay, this is one day, this is one overnight. All right, and this is Friday. When they put money in over the weekend, it lasts the whole weekend, right? So we've got a repo of $1 trillion that lasts over 3 days. That's one reason why. Now, if we study this for a bit longer, you see it goes on for quite a while. The Fed have been putting in $1.1 trillion on a Monday, asking for it back. $1.1 trillion on a Tuesday, asking for it back. On a Wednesday, asking for it back. On a Thursday, Friday, they leave it in over the weekend. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's no Monday. They didn't put money in the market on Monday. All right, the bill was due. All right, and there was no money coming straight back in to buy the quick little dip to hopefully make 2 or 3%. This was done on purpose. Money was not put in on this day. As we can see, the dollar gained all the strength from the market. The 10-year bonds were rising. This is how they control the market. Okay, they put the money in to stocks, to cryptos. They control the yields. And when they ask for their money back, look, people got to sell. People got to sell. The XP, you know, it's no longer trending up. Yeah, it just hit that resistance and now it's going to come back. It might find support at the 50. It might find support on that trend line. But if we measure the move from here, you know, that's a 1-2%. Stocks, you know, stocks are overinflated anyway. Nasdaq's unfazed. Dow Jones, yeah, see, Dow Jones broke support. Okay, it's bearing out. Dow Jones is bearing out. Okay. Now, if it doesn't pick up, if it rolls over, if it breaks this trend line, if it breaks this key support, I think we could get that economic collapse, that black swan event might just trigger this. So, this is how the big things work, and volatility picked up. The volatility index picked up, and I've been eyeing this offer over the past couple of days. Just been getting a feeling, and you see what happened over here when it was up so high. We were probably at our lowest there. Okay, there at the lowest. So when they stopped pulling money in last time, we were in here and we just fell right over. So as you can see, they put money in today. They might put money in tomorrow, but if they don't, if they stop putting money in, we could see the daily trend change. That's why we analyze the daily trend, because for the longest time, they've been putting money in, and look what's been happening. We've been going up. The first day, there's no money in there. Look what happens. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. This is how the big sharks play, and that's why I don't get too worried with the day-to-day swings, Been analysing this for a while. We know what our targets are. We know what our time frames are. I was buying in here, not bragging, but I was buying in there, and if after this dip you were buying in, that was literally the next best chance. And after that, we haven't seen Bitcoin break out. We do expect that, and we're kind of in the middle zone of this. We're sitting right in the middle. So now is probably a great time to get in if you're not in. I just expect that we could still have up to 20, 30, 40% more of this correction to find a bottom, to maybe confirm the bottom, and then continue up. The time frame's the end of the year. That's still a few months away. We're going to need some serious support to be continuing that. We've seen it. It's not like we haven't seen it. Just look at Solana from yesterday, Let's go in. Let's have a look at some of these. May as well. Video's gone on a bit longer, but the daily trend's being covered. We're just looking at a few other things in the market, you know what I mean? So, we got VeChain from before. Yeah, see it broke that trend line. And could bottom out from here. Then again, we could lose all momentum. And just come back, get rejected by that 50 and roll over. We don't know. So just incorporate that into your trading plan, however you're watching things. Yeah, we're making a higher high. We're making that. Yeah, of course, there's another thing. It's probably the most important thing. The Wall Street cheat sheet. Classic example of how market psychology works, all right? We've seen this, have we not? I mean, look at Ethereum. Look at it. Look at it. We've seen this. We've seen this. There. All right? And then what kind of didn't happen is we didn't get the next just little hope rally. The little, maybe it's going to happen again. The disbelief rally, that's right, the hope one. Hope and disbelief, maybe it's going to be, and we just went straight bang. Especially in something like Solana. That's what I was looking for back in here. It's not saved, it's not one of my coins. I don't hold it. But yeah, we got the complete sell-off, and we were looking to go for wave 2 and 3 in some altcoins. If you watch the first few videos, you'd know that Elliott waves, and that's what we're following. So yeah, if you want to know more, go back and watch the first 3. Just thought I'd show you all that because it is interesting. It caught me out at the top last time, and had a lot of time to just sit there and study. And the one calling this out is Crypto Teacher. So go find him on YouTube, give him a subscribes. He knows his stuff. He's been calling it out longer than anyone else has. He looks at the market in different ways. He understands how it works. Institutions are here now. The big players are here now. They got ETFs, they got all this stuff, futures, long, short, leverage, all that crap. But we know what these things are. They're assets, and we know what they're going. And we know where they're going. They're going to go up for a little bit for the next 3 months or so, and then they're going to come crashing down hard. And it's just a great accumulation and reaccumulation. so profit, and then turn those profits into the cryptos after the bear market to just get so much more, like it's time and patience. And a reaction like that overnight, it could change the trend, it could change the trend. So that's why we're watching the trend. But I would be worried about just 20% flash crash. It is what it is. You do you, I do me. Thanks very much, everyone. I'm the BiznessPres, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.